What if growth after 50 is not about what you know, but what you learn from others? Today, we're talking about mentors and why it's never too late to find guidance, wisdom, and inspiration for those who walk the path with you and even ahead of you. Welcome everybody to another Coffee and Convo Life After 50. My name is Jay and welcome. And if you want to, please join the conversation, AKA hit that subscribe button. Today, it's all about mentors, and I've had several of them in my life. Mentors can come from many different areas of your life and many different ages. There was a point in time where I actually thought that mentors had to be older than me, and quite of the early ones were. You know, I had a rough childhood. I've shared that with you guys. It wasn't the best. My father suffered from alcoholism and drug abuse. He passed away in prison. By all means, he was never a mentor in my life. Well, unless if you look at it from the perspective of he showed me how to be a man by not being one himself, anyway, or at least what not to do. But the real mentor in my life, the first mentor to ever enter my life and really give me guidance was my grandfather. And as well as I could say my older brother. And you probably have those in your life or had those in your life or some form of it, right? A family member, whether it was your father, grandfather, older sibling, maybe it was an uncle. Those are natural mentors, as I like to call them. People that are definitely older than you, someone that you looked up to when you were younger, someone that you sought to be like. And hopefully those mentors were not only good people, but I kind of like pointed you in the right direction, right? It wasn't until I hit my teenage years, my adolescent years, as people like to call them, right? Where I wasn't necessarily a big time troublemaker, but I definitely wasn't following the right path. And along came a man named Roy Painter to be exact, and godly man, very, very pillar of a man. Like he would show up to me and my best friend, and he would convince us to go to church and let us drive a sports car, and then we would go to the beach after. And he got us to church on Sundays. That's how he bribed us. It was that very same tactic that brought me to the Lord at the age of 18 one day. I'll never forget that moment. I unfortunately lost Roy at an early part of my life, maybe several years after, to a car accident. And that was a hard time for me. But nevertheless, he definitely gave me a lot of life lessons that I carry out to this day. And one of those is being a mentor to younger ones. So today, fast forward till today, you know, I have several mentors in my life. And I've had some that have been older, and most of them have passed on. But the ones that are in my life now are either my age, slightly older, or maybe even slightly younger. And I don't know where I would be or be on the path that I'm on after 50 if it wasn't for these men that are in my life. So I'm going to go ahead and pay homage to the ones that are here now, here today, the ones that are pouring into my life. Technically right now, as of right now anyway, and I'm all up for adding more to it. I have 3. And that's the other thing that I want to point out to you. You do not need just one mentor. I believe that any type of person that you could put in your life should have a mentor type role. A mentor to me is someone that you can not only trust, but someone that's not only going to be your quote unquote friend, but actually be able to keep you accountable, point you in the right direction, and always, always tell you the things that you need to hear, good or bad. So I got 3. Number 1, my professional life, if you will, as far as I set out to be a mentor to others. And my good friend Kenny, he's right there by my side. He has been on this journey of sight loss, and he's going through sight loss as well. And we both found our freedom and our independence through our disability, through not only community, but staying active. Kenny's an avid runner. He keeps me motivated to reach bigger and better goals in my life, not to give up on my athletic dreams just because, I'm losing my sight. So big shout out to Kenny. And not only does Kenny do that for me, but him and I both, a few years back, along with my wife, have set out to mentor others who are in high school from the ages of 16 to 25 to help them find their independence through activity and community. And we do that on a monthly basis. And that obviously carries into on a weekly basis because we do a lot of one-on-ones with these kids that come into our life. So now Kenny has not only been a guidance piece, he's definitely been an inspiration piece for me. And, somewhere in between, there's definitely some wisdom there too. Kenny's a really, really good friend of mine. All right, the other person that's in my life right now is more on a spiritual basis, and his name's Richard. And I shared with you before that it's been almost 2 years now, a year and a half for sure, where I started a recovery program through my church that kind of helped me kind of find some of the things in my past that were causing me to sin and to have trauma and drama in my life. And it was an amazing process. And through that process, they make you get a mentor, basically, to be part of the program. And I remember instantly trying to think like, man, a mentor has to be older, right? And they taught me that no, that's where I got this whole idea that, everybody could be a mentor in your life. It don't matter who it is. And I really thought of my friend Richard. I met Richard at the previous church that I attended where I met my wife. And he was one of the teachers, one of the leaders of the church. And me and him always got along. We had a lot in common outside of church, right? Just outside of just wanting to follow Christ. And, we like sports, we love movies, and we just hit it off. So when I approached him, he was honored. Now, he's only a few years younger than I am. But one of the coolest parts of him and I's relationship, especially through this program that I went through, was at the end of it, he shared something very, very pivotal to me that really reshaped the way that I look at the people that I had in my life. He said, "Thank you for the honor of being your mentor through this part of your life," which I responded, "Well, no, thank you. And this relationship's not over. I'm still looking to you for guidance, accountability, advice, and such." He said, "Funny you say that, because so am I. Because not only do I feel like I was your mentor through this program, you've been a great inspiration to me and a mentor in my life as well. That it was a two-way street, and the whole relationship that we built through this process, we both learned from." And that really, really hit home to me, What do your relationships look like? I mean, take a few minutes just to kind of sit back and ask yourself, like, the people that you have in your life, the people that you call friends, the people that you may have a cup of coffee with, share a beer with, watch a sporting event with, maybe the people that you put in your life just to kind of get away and have some alone time. Like, are those people just making you laugh? Are you just sharing the same interest in something that you're doing, whether it's fishing or something like that, camping, hunting? Or is this person truly pouring into your life, holding you accountable, making you a better person? That's where I'm at after 50. Those are the type of people that I don't only want in my life, that I feel like I need in my life. And my life process has always given me the ability. I've always been surrounded by those types of people, and I believe you are as well. After finishing that program and moving forward, I actually joined the leadership team there for the recovery program, and now I'm leading my own closed group. And you don't just lead these closed groups by yourself. You have the ability to have a co-lead. And my co-lead is a gentleman named Joseph. Now, Joseph is several years younger than I am, but a man of great faith, a man of great vision and purpose, and he is seeking the same things that I am in life at an early age. And I don't only feel, because I'm older and experience some things that he has yet to experience, especially as we're on the same path, and I could pour into him. It's so amazing how he's poured into my life. meeting him, having him co-lead with me, meeting him on a weekly basis to talk about the program and our group and where our guys are at and what they're doing and all these things, has led into conversations just about us personally, getting to know one another, pouring into each other's lives. And never in a million years would I thought there would be a guy so like-minded. Like, he loves sports like I do. He loves movies like I do. He seems to like the same movies. He definitely likes the same sports and the same sports teams that we follow. And we both have this ambition and this dream to be creators. You know, he creates a lot of music. He's creating video. I have done podcasting and created other sports channels in the past, and now I'm working on this channel. And man, he's been the main pillar and the main focus of how I've been able to put these videos out recently. Just our talks, just him and I encouraging each other just to kind of stay focused and keep chasing our dreams and going through this program and realizing the things that are holding us back. We're learning a lot about each other. We're learning a lot about the pros, the cons, and we're supporting one another through the process. You know, those happen to be right now the three pillars in my life, the three gentlemen that I hang out with, that I spend time with, that I share coffee with. Those are the guys that I put around me. And it's not only do I get along with them, right? We have things in common and we like being around each other, but we're holding each other accountable. We're keeping each other focused. It's not a one-way street. These are not guys that I look to just to teach me something. I'm trying to give that back to them. Iron sharpens iron. And it's those who we put ourselves around. Do you ever remember your parents telling you, choose your friends wisely? You ever had that one kid that maybe your parents didn't like and said, you know what, I don't think he's a good influence for you? And my ambition is to be a YouTube creator, is what they call influencer, if you will. I mean, what type of influencer do I want to be? What kind of man do I want to be? What kind of father do I want to be? What kind of husband do I want to be? These guys check all those boxes and make me a better man. So as we're out there having fun, sharing laughs, sharing stories, we're also sharing our pain, our hurt, the things that we feel like we're failing at, and we're able to lean on one another for wisdom, for guidance, and inspiration. And it has been extremely impactful, especially as I head into my 50s. Because if you are even 40 or older, you know that you've been finding those moments where you're just contemplating life. You're looking at your past, you're looking at your present. You're trying to figure out what's life gonna look like in your future. And if you start surrounding your people around people, like-minded people, people that are gonna pour positivity, accountability in your life, there's a good chance that you're gonna find happiness as you get older, purpose and peace. Joy. Man, that is something that I'm here for. That is something that I want. It's not about, my financial status. It's not about what I can or can't do after 50. It's about how I'm going to be remembered. What is my legacy? Am I going to continue to be the man of integrity I set out to be? And I sure hope so. And I hope that for you too. And that's what this video has been about today. So if it interests you, if you're along for the ride, if you want to be inspired, motivated, all those good things, join the conversation, aka hit that subscribe button. And please use the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Share your thoughts, share your feelings. Give us topics, give us something to talk about. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I look forward. Remember, turning 50 is not the end. It's just a new beginning to who you become next. And this has been another Coffee and Convo. I'm Jay, and I'll see you guys on the next video.